Hey everyone. And by everyone, I mean friends and family and whoever Poor Souls For You page I ended up on. Today is March 31st, and that's a really important day for me. And I made a video to release for today, but it hid balloons to such an enormous length that I decided to cut half of it out and just do this instead and get to what is really important. I'll still release the whole video at some other point, complete with the montage and the backstory, blah, blah, blah. But today is March 31st. And that's important because today is Trans Day of Visibility. Nope, I'm doing this handheld. I've done this handheld this entire time. I'm doing it handheld now. This is me. I am transgender. And I'm sure I'm catching most of you off guard with this, and maybe there's a small amount of you that's like thinking, you know what, that makes sense. And I think maybe I saw something growing up, to which I just gotta say, shut the f up. No one likes to know it all. So the short version is that I've been questioning my gender since my mid-20s, and I had been in that questioning stage for 8 excruciatingly long years. And when I turned 30, I finally kind of came out to myself, and at 31, I came out to everyone else, and at 32, I started transitioning. In fact, today, March 31st, today's Trans Day of Visibility. At the beginning of this month, though, March 1st, I had officially been on hormones for 1 full year. Annoyingly low doses of hormones, but you know what? I'm still on it. Okay, my doses might be low, but the changes are there. My skin is softer, and I do notice these things. They should be higher, but there's still changes happening, and I cannot stress this enough that my happiness has skyrocketed. I almost did the Elon. Oh my god. For me, it's akin to being a fish. A fish that has swimmed in actual piss for its entire life, and that's what it's accustomed to. It doesn't know any different, and so that's what its baseline is, and it thinks that it's happy. And then this fish is taken out and put in clear water and realizes for the first time, this is actually what people feel like. This is what you're supposed to feel like all the time. This is what everyone else feels like. That's what it feels like for me. Like, I thought I knew what was what, and then I was shown what real authenticity is. There's so much more I kind of want to say, and there's a lot that I'm not saying because the video is already going to be bloated enough, and there's so much I'm leaving out. Knowingly. But here's the part of the video where I do need to get overtly political. See, for the same reason that I found joy at this point in my life is also the same reason that I'm going to be leaving social media. Okay, well, not all social media, just specifically Twitter and Facebook. And listen, I get it. I'm really late to the party. I'm super late. And I know they're not called Twitter or Facebook anymore. But here's the thing. They removed the guardrails to dead naming people on their websites, so they kind of got to reap what they sow on that one. Keeping my socials open when things like this, and this are all going on right now just isn't okay with me politically, ethically, or morally. And considering the hateful language I get and the slurs I get called anonymously online and in person whenever people get a hint that I'm trans, it just makes me not want to stay on these cesspits anymore. They were removed the safeguards for using derogatory language against the LGBTQ+. Why would I let anybody call me a slur? Would you? I've kept my politics close to me for a while now, mostly at the request of my family for keeping the peace, which is a very normal reason. But I think those times are now gone. And I think that I'm allowed to show my political opinions and my morals the same way that anyone else is. And especially when you consider that I am better informed than what appears to be the majority of other Americans right now. I'm not going to be silent right now when my community is under attack, which it is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I am not going to shrink away. I only just now figured out who I am. I'm not going to put that on hold for some stranger who hates me for merely existing. Besides, who I am hasn't really changed all that much. I'm still the same goober I was back then. I still have the same personality. I still have the same hobbies. I am very much just a more authentic version of myself. In fact, I'm going to be more of myself. I'm going to experience these things that I like, but I'm going to do it more. I'm going to do it better because I now feel like the real me. So the me's not going to change that much. It's just going to be a more confident version of myself. While I might be deleting my socials, unless you're seeing this on other platforms, I am still going to keep this post up for several days because any friends or family that want to reach out to me, I want you to. Please feel free. I'm going to keep my messenger app on my phone. You can reach out to me via phone. My phone number hasn't changed a single time since I first got it. I want to be able to answer any questions that you have. I want to bridge the gap between us, and I want there to be understanding because I might be the first or only trans people most of you might know, and I want to be a good steward to a point. But this is going to be a permanent goodbye. So, because this is a permanent goodbye, I need everyone to really sit and think. In this political climate, there are not opinions, there are facts. And I know people don't really want to hear that. But the days of political politeness are behind us. I don't think I owe anyone any level of respectability when it doesn't matter how much we prostrate ourselves, they were never going to respect us to begin with. We live in a time of genuine rights and wrongs where politics have become a better descriptor of morals than anything else. So ask yourself, where do your morals stand on people's rights? So, one final time. This is the true me. My name is Claire Robin Sage. I go by she, they. I am a trans woman, and it's nice to meet you.